What's going on, guys? This is Tone from 12 Mods, and as you can see right in front of me is a little ATV that I'm actually building. The little body is a little toy. I think it's like a 132 scale or something like that. I can't remember now. I got it actually off a buddy of mine, so I got really fortunate that. What's underneath it is an actual Losi microcrawler that I actually scored at a swap meet for 50 bucks. So since I scored it, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna build this little ATV that I want to build, that I've always wanted to build for a long time, but I never had one of these, as they are discontinued now. So got the body, started mounting it to the chassis and everything else. Didn't like how it looked because everybody actually heated the body up and then stretched it over the stock chassis and everything. And I did not like how it looked. It didn't look scale enough to me. The height, how it sat, was like really high like this, and it just did not look right. I didn't like it at all. I wanted to be more scale, more functional as an ATV of this size. So like you know, articulation and everything is not going to be as much, but I wanted to look as scale as possible. So what I did was I actually ditched the frame rails and actually used styrene to make these side pieces to actually hold the actual transmission in. Now for links, I have a 4 link in the rear and a 3 link in the front. There was enough width here and here to actually run a 4 link in the rear, so that was great. But in the front, unfortunately, there wasn't. So that's why I'm running a 3 link. So as you can see, there's the front link right there, the front cross link. And then I got the one side link right in there. I am using the stock lower links on both front and rear because they're actually the right length. I use a high-tech servo in the here because I'm changing all the electronics. But for articulation and everything, it actually works really, really good. I'm very, very happy with it. Moves up and down very nicely and everything. Ideal height. I'm just going to put this little GoPro battery underneath it so you can actually see how high I want it to sit. And that's about where I want it to sit. So it's really scale looking. I still am waiting on shocks. The stock shocks that come with the Losi are way, way too long. And they won't work because, again, they're just too long. So what I went on the internet and I started looking, I actually found the shocks from the Orlando Hunter, the upgraded full threaded body ones. So I bought a set of those, so I'm just waiting for those to come in so I can actually start mounting them in here and everything else. Again, I'll be using styrene to make the shock mounts and everything else. Same with the front link here. The one that's on the holding on the body is actually made out of styrene too. Styrene's great, man, when it comes to this kind of stuff. Works very, very well. So once I get the shocks in, I'll get those mounted, and then that should be done. I'll get the ride height exactly where I want it, and I'll be happy with it. For electronics, as you can see, I am using a high-tech mini servo for steering. But for the ESC, I am going to be running the Orlando Hunter light control and ESC board all in one unit. The reason why it's nice and small, it can power this brushed motor that's in here. I was going to run brushless in this, but space-wise, there's not enough space to run a brushless ESC, the little micro brushless motor, and everything else. I spent $60 on a little brushless motor for this thing, and I had to grind the side of it. Oh, I had to grind the side of it to make it fit this, just to be like, okay, there's not enough room to run this little guy. I'm gonna scrap it and use it for something else now, which kind of sucks, but whatever. That's what happens when you're building this stuff. So I am leaving it brushed. I am going to be using the Orlando Runner ESC. Now the reason why I wanted to do that is because I wanted to have working lights on this thing too. So I'm going to have a working tail light, the working headlight on the handlebars, and the headlights that are here. I'm actually going to be grinding those out and actually making lenses and everything and putting LEDs in them. So it'll actually have functional working lights that turn on and off and everything. So that's the main reason why, because again, there's not a lot of space in this little guy. So I have a little bit of space here and here. Well, up here is going to be the micro receiver that I'm using. And then back here, I'll flip this up. The ESC from the Olero 100 will just fit right in that little pocket. And then I'm going to make a little cover that will cover up the ESC afterwards. So there's going to be custom wiring and everything that's going to be getting done and everything. And then for a LiPo, I think I'm just going to put a little tiny 2S LiPo sitting right here on this little plate here on the back. And then that's it. It's going to be very minimum. I don't want it to run forever or anything. This is more for more like display that I'm going to stick in the back of one of my trail trucks. So it's just going to sit there. I am going to try and cover up these little nuts or figure out something different about to cover these nuts up so you don't see them, because I don't want it to be able to be visible. All this is going to get cleaned up. I am going to paint this. This is not going to stay this color and everything. All the black here is going to get done. And all this green here is going to get done too. I just don't know what color. So, time will tell. The rims and tires that are on here, I am going to be changing. I did score a set of the little RC 4-wheel drive micro rims, aluminum bead locks, and the brass hexes and everything. So the offset are going to be a little bit wider, so it's going to sit a little bit more flush with the fairings, so they're not so sucked in. But it does look good now. I just want it to look a little bit better. And then I got a couple little upgraded pieces like the aluminum steering knuckles, the aluminum straight shafts for the rear, like just stuff like that. I'm going to bling it out a little bit and everything, and then I should be done with this. I should be happy with this, and then on to the next. So for some of you guys that have have seen some of my other videos, my TRX4s, my crew cab, and the regular cab. The regular cab is going to be no longer a regular cab. I'm actually pulling that body off, and I'm building an RC bagger truck with that. That TRX4 is actually getting a new body. It's still going to be a Chevy. It's a custom built Chevy body that's actually getting made. So it's actually getting made right now by a good friend of mine that's really amazing with it when it comes to like kind of bodies with that and styrene. So I will make a video of that. Project Crew Cab will still stay the same. Still going to be doing a lot of work with that. Like I said, in the summertime, I do automotive racing, so that's why there hasn't been any videos or anything. But now that winter's coming, I'll start getting back on those guys, getting all the custom pieces made and everything else, and doing more on those RC stuff. So if you like the video that you see, let me know. I'll keep making videos and everything else, and I'll keep updating you on my little projects. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you guys later.